Hello, everyone, and welcome to today's sales user webinar. We will be discussing how to close sales using WeSuite's eSign integrations. My name is Brandon Vieira, and leading the way today will be Stephen Nasty. After this webinar, you will be able to understand the differences between DocuSign and eOriginal, send proposals and contracts via electronic signature, send proposal revisions via electronic signature, and complete the eSign process and update sales status. As always, we want you to make the most out of your time today. So if you have questions at any time throughout the webinar, don't be shy. Even if it's because we've gone too fast and you want to see or hear something again, just let us know in the chat. We have a lot to get through, so let's get started.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Brandon. Hello, everybody, and welcome to today's webinar. So as Brandon mentioned, there are a couple different topics to go through today, and there's going to be a lot of flipping back and forth between a couple different applications showing, the differences between DocuSign and the original, just so going through the signing interface as well. And then also, if time permits, which we should be good on time today, I'm going to go into Quote Anywhere to show you the e-signing through that. So first and foremost, I know one of the bullet points was kind of just understanding and knowing the differences between DocuSign and eOriginal. So I did in the chat. Now, I'm sorry if this is kind of weird, but I did put in the chat there an attachment. I don't know if anybody can access that. There's a materials button, and I did load in an eSign differences PDF, which basically brings up a matrix. And if you're not able to find that, I'll bring it up here on the screen as well. So this matrix basically just tells you the differences between the two eSign items here. So as you can see, a lot of them do very similar things, right? With a couple key differences. So both DocuSign and eOriginal can sign contracts. Only DocuSign can do proposals. Both can do via email for signature. eOriginal is the only one with a sign in WeEstimate functionality. Both have required and optional fields, redacted fields, and some logic in signing. Required and optional fields just is can be anchored to whatever your organization wants them to be. What anchoring means is, from initialing to signing to whatever it may be, our documents team has the ability and the integration with both of those to make those custom features. Our redacted fields can be anything from a credit card number, personal information for the client and the customer that you don't want to be shown. And also logic at signing is, generally speaking, just your signing order, so you're able to see and just dictate, who's first, who's second, who's third in the signing order, which we'll go into in a little bit here. Dynamic role orders featured by DocuSign, which allows you to change the order on the fly. So if you're ever in a situation, in a position where you're having a signing order of, the customer, the sales manager, and then the owner of the job or whatever order it may be. With eOriginal, it's static. With DocuSign, you're able to adjust that order on the fly. If there's ever a situation where the sales manager needs to go after the owner of the job or whatever it may be, it has a functionality. Both support vaulting. Vaulting just gives you kind of a backlog of all of your information, kind of like a backup. However, you'll notice there's an asterisk by the DocuSign vaulting. That just means that eOriginal provides their vaulting service to DocuSign. So there is some interaction with both of them if you want to use the vaulting feature. eOriginal has a signing notice by email, which just gives you the notification to let you know that the document has been signed. And then DocuSign has the ability to have signing status within WeEstimate. So those are really the key differences between the two. Now there are differences, not WeSuite controlled, like pricing and structure, how it's billed by envelope or if a flat amount. But I just wanted to throw that matrix up there. Again, I did attach it as a PDF in the materials section, so if you ever want to download that, have it in kind of in your back pocket, please take advantage of that. It's a pretty easy to read there. But awesome, guys. So what I'm going to start doing now is I'm going to transition over to the application just to show you the differences between DocuSign and eOriginal. So I'm going to bring up, and you're going to notice here I have a couple different versions of a couple different tabs of WeEstimate open. The reason for that is WeEstimate can only support one at a time. You can have multiple loadouts, but at any given point, there's only allowed to have one signing interface. So if you ever want to know really quickly what signing you have in program options, and this is a little more admin heavy, but I just want to show this really quickly. Tools, program options, e-signature interface, and then there's going to be the signature system dropdown. And this gives you all of the different kind of ones that you have to offer. eOriginal, DocuSign, and then Smart Sign is something that's being developed and being introduced here shortly. So right now we have it set to DocuSign. And all this information here, these are really just a set it and forget it type of thing. Once you get your information from DocuSign, you would have your admin, or if you are an admin, you'd be plugging in the information here. So to really save time, I went ahead and created a couple different jobs ahead of time, just so we can focus on the integrations themselves. So with this job, we are going to be going through the DocuSign integration, and it's fairly simple. You're going to see at a baseline, we have a quote package that was made. So we're just going to go ahead and select the quote package. And then the left-hand side, we're going to see the send for electronic signature. So we'll click on that. And this is really where that dynamic signing comes into play, where you're able to adjust the position if you want to, change information on the fly, edit name, edit email, edit the signing order, their role, things like that. So you can see here that we have sequential or parallel. Sequential just means, first then second. Parallel means both sign at the same time. Generally speaking, sequential is what's most common. But in this case, I had the owner of the job second, and I had the customer first. For the purposes of the webinar, I made the customer's email my email, so it's a little bit easier to show. And I was able to get both signs here. So for this, what you have to do is click on the send for signature. You'll get a brief loading bar here that just preps the documents to be sent out. And we'll give that a sec. It'll say your documents successfully been sent for signature, which is perfect. You'll notice here that the system is going to refresh, and you're going to see here this quote package sent. If you expand this, you're going to see this quote package name. So it's Glenn's Gardens new site, revision 1. And you're going to have a new icon here that's going to be a pencil with a border. This icon just means is that the document has been sent for signing. It's not been touched yet. It's just sent for signature. So I just got a ding in my email. So I'm going to go ahead and bring that up here. So I'm just going to stop sharing my screen really quickly and bring up my email. So I'm bringing this up right now. So bear with me here. Just have a ton of emails. I'm going to go ahead and share this again here. Okay. So we have, and again, I might have to like reshare my screen again here, but this is what you'll be seeing in your email. This was just a test document. A lot of this kind of subject is just really for demo purposes. We just explicitly say it's a test document, so we just know internally if it's sent for a demo or if it's real. So we're going to see here that this document is for demonstration purposes only. This is, again, custom tailored to us. We'll see that the owner has sent you a document to review and sign. It'll just give you baseline information about the job. And let me click on this review document. Switch review document was clicked. We'll go ahead and open that. And we'll go ahead and go into our e-signature interface. So this is really what our signature interface looks like. If you've done any kind of eSign, a lot of this is going to look very familiar to you. We have here the please read the disclosure. You agree. Again, the agree toggles on the continue action. And then in this interface, we have our proposal or contract, depending on which e-signature interface we're using. And you're going to see here that we have all of these buttons in yellow, and this is really what I was talking about before with the anchoring. We're able to customize a document fully to say, where's the customer want to sign? Where do you need them to go? And as you can see, when I clicked on to continue, it automatically brought my cursor to where I need to sign. So right here as Glenn's Gardens, I click on the sign. I could select a style, draw, upload, and adopt and sign. And I'm finished. Now I'm just going to do a quick refresh. Now, a cool little feature we have is that we're able to direct you to any given website once the customer is done signing. So for us, I mean, and a lot of our customers, we have them just be directed to their company website. There might be a custom site that you would like and prefer, whether it's like a thank you page or a pricing page or whatever it may be. That could be custom tailored to whatever your needs are. But for us, we just direct all of our clients to the WeSuite homepage. So now I just got my second ding. That just means that I have my new sign. So I'm going to drag this window over. Same concept here. I'm going to agree. I'm going to continue. I'm going to start. Now I'm signing as the owner of the job. So same process here. It's going to give you the transaction number down below. We would put signed by, the initials, adopt and sign. And finish. Now again, this is really just a quick example of what it can do and what it can support. But you can custom tailor this to however big and however deep you want it to be. For us, for demo purposes, we just have that one anchor on that one proposal. But again, as much as you want it to be, we can customize that for you. Awesome. So I'm going to go ahead and stop sharing that screen. And I'm going to go ahead and go back to WeEstimate. Again, I apologize for the toggling back and forth. Go back into the WeEstimate server here. Okay, awesome. So now we'll just give this a quick refresh. And we'll see here that the icon is going to change. So the icon now changed to a green border with the pencil. That just means that the transaction has been completed. If I had gone in here when one had signed, it'll look like it was in progress. But right now, pencil, green, we're all set to move forward. Okay. Now, in terms of really from DocuSign, that's really it. The hardest part I would say is getting the document set up where, you're going to, custom tailor where you want your customer to sign, then it's the order, is it, internally, how do you want it to be broken out? Is it owner of the job? Is it client first, however it may be? Beyond that, the only other thing to know is just getting this information from DocuSign. And a lot of these fields, they may look like gibberish, and a lot of them are. They're basically these gigantic strings of code, which DocuSign provides you. So once you have that information, you plug it in here, and that integration is as quick and as simple as I showed you. Now, with eOriginal, I'm just going to flip over to the other WeEstimate I had open. Very similar. I'll show the e-signature interface here. With eOriginal, much less information is required. As you can see here, just only a couple baseline pieces that we need. But again, this is really more of a set it and forget it type of thing. You have your roles plugged in, so you can set, your however you want your roles to be plugged in. We have customer first, then the sales rep. And sorry, I just realized I didn't show that here. So that's going to be the difference. So you're going to see here that this is dynamic. So we're able to change this really on the fly as we're making our proposals. Whereas with eOriginal, it's static. So you're going to be really going in and setting it once and then making the changes here as you see fit. So same concept for this. I went ahead and pre-made a job just to save some time. You don't need to be going through the actual quote creation process here. But same concept. I'll be selecting my quote package. I'm going to be sending for electronic signature. Now for this, remember, with eOriginal, we can only do contracts. So for this, we would have to select any of our contracts. So you can do this one of two ways. I go into the contracts screen here and I just drag them over. And then you can either generate from this page or you can generate from your quote page. It doesn't really matter too much. But for this, we'll just generate a CAA agreement. Waiver checkboxes really are relevant for this purpose, but we'll go ahead and send for electronic signature. We'll see all of our agreements. So we'll select the agreements that we want to send over. We can do multiple or just the one. And then we'll see here at the bottom our roles. So customer has their information. Sales rep has their information. As you can see, we can't really do much of anything here because these are really more static. We're going to hit on this send an invitation button. And then very similarly to before, we're going to get a contract successfully sent for e-signature. And then we're going to go into our email. And again, I apologize for stopping sharing and resharing here. Go back to our email. And this is really what the main email looks like. So very similar, just a couple graphical differences. Show this really quick. This is what your email is going to look like. It's going to coming from the eOriginal logo. And it's just going to say, hello, the customer name, following details of documents contained in this email require a signature. I'll give you the contract number, the job number, and then use the link below. So the general gist is the same. We're just going to be clicking down here instead, access our documents. And then same concept here, we'll go ahead and reshare so you can see it. And this is what our interface is going to look like here. So you're going to get a welcome. You have one document or multiple documents if you're sending multiple contracts from WeSuite LLC or whatever your company's name is, waiting for you. At a baseline, nice little feature here is you can translate this information. So if you ever are sending it to somebody who is maybe not a native English speaker or at least speak a different language, you can automatically toggle the Google Translate. Don't know how well that's going to look or how well it's going to be, but you have the option to do it there. From this, now this is in the perspective of the customer. So I do have the ability to just verify my information here, just in case, my email address and my signature. You'll have the ability to you have to accept the terms and conditions. You also have the ability to decline at any point if need be. And we'll click on begin. So with this, very similar interface, just slight differences on the side. We have just a couple different options here to save and exit, to skip the document, withdraw consent, or print. So again, same concept here. We'll click on the start button. This has a little bit same concept of the anchoring. So we'll sign, apply signature, and we're done. Finish and exit. And the same concept with the original with DocuSign, you'll be able to be redirected to any given site. So what we'll do is now I just got another ding from my email address. We'll go ahead and open that up. And same concept here, we'll drag this over. And now we are signing as the owner of the job. And the same concept here. We're going to go through the same motions. Finish and exit. And redirect it. And we are done with both interfaces and both signings. Now, you will get some notifications sent to your email address as well. So while going through this with eOriginal, what's noticeable is you'll get a user has entered the signing room. So you'll be notified when either the customer or the sales rep opens up the document. You also get the completion email And the same thing for for DocuSign as well. You'll get a signing confirmation, but not a like enter the room notification. Okay. So any questions on anything that I've shown so far, guys? We do have a little bit of we have a ton of time, but I'll go ahead and go through the quote anywhere signing interface so you can see that how that looks, and then we'll give you back half an hour back to your days today. So if you have any questions, feel free to type them in the chat. I'd be more than happy to answer what I can. But if not, we'll go ahead and dive over really quickly into quote anywhere. And I'll go ahead and share my screen one more time. Okay, awesome. So this is Quote Anywhere. So if you were not familiar with it, this is our web-based application. It's very similar to WeEstimate. One of the things by the end of the year, we're going to make Quote Anywhere very feature parity, about 90% to what WeEstimate is. So this is very clearly the future and what it's going to look like, which is awesome. And really, one of my nice favorite features is it supports dark mode, which I love. I have dark mode on anything that can have dark mode. Uh, but this is just entirely web based. I'm not going to go too much into the nitty gritty stuff about how to kind of function, how to set it up, and do jobs and things like that. Um, but just to really show the eSign process, Code Anywhere is entirely web based, but it's also mobile friendly. So if you have any sort of phone or tablet that you're doing business with, like a business phone or a business tablet, you're able to take this on the go. It's entirely touchscreen compatible. I'm on my laptop right now, so I'm not really going to be using any kind of touchscreen, but the functionality is still the same. So in Code Anywhere, we're going to be looking at the document screen, which is the fifth down from the top. And then we have the ability to start the eSign process. Now, this is tied to DocuSign. I unfortunately don't have a Quote Anywhere with eOriginal yet to show you. So I just wanted to show at least something here. With this, you have your information here. All you really have to do from this point on is just sign documents. And what's nice with Quote Anywhere is you have the ability to sign on your device. So I clicked on the sign documents, excuse me. And what that's going to do is that's going to send all of your documents over to your email. So it's still going to function the exact same way. So I just got a ding saying I got an email from DocuSign. But now you'll notice that I have this sign-on device. So if I'm in front of the sales user, let's say I'm on site, I'm able to just take out my iPad or my tablet and say, hey, Mr. Customer, if you're ready to sign, we can do this right now. So I would click on the sign-on device. This would just open up a new tab, which connects us to the DocuSign server. And again, everything that I'm doing right now is exactly what we showed before, except no having to go into my email, bring it up, have to send it to them, or make sure they got it, or anything like that. Quote Anywhere has the ease of being able to sign on device. So we'll go ahead and just adopt and sign. Finish. And then we'll do the exact same thing here again. It'll redirect us back. Close tab. Sign on device. Now, since we're signing on device here, we're not going to necessarily see the redirect to the WeSuite or your home page. This is just directly through your tablet. So agree, continue, start, sign, and adopt and sign, and finish. With Quote Anywhere, the kind of that box with the pencil, it's slightly different. You're going to see here in sales status that we're just going to see the revision 1 was sent and it's a winning quote, which means it was already signed for the customer. So those are really just the differences between the two. Please take advantage of that matrix to kind of give you the difference if you're going back and forth on, if you're kind of torn between which one to use or which one to present to your team. That matrix gives you the key differences. Now, there are some other ones that are, kind of more monetary as well. So if you have any questions on anything like that, feel free to let me know. I'd be more than happy to help. And also, if anything that I've showed you on Quote Anywhere is something that you're more interested in, let me know. I'd be more than happy to give you some more information. I'll give you a demo. It is something that we are gearing towards And by the end of the year, like I had mentioned, about 90% of what we estimate is going to be listed within Quote Anywhere. Okay, so ton of information, ton of good signing stuff here. Any questions on anything that I'd shown you guys today before I go ahead and turn it over to Brandon to send us home? All right, looks like we're good. Brandon, you want to let everybody know what's coming up here down the pipeline?
Yeah, of course. Well, thank you everyone for joining us today, and we hope you're comfortable with everything that was reviewed. If you need to review this webinar again, it'll be posted on our website by the same time tomorrow at wesuite.com/webinars. Also can be found under the Training Webinars tab under the Education header. Next month's webinar for sales users is on July 16th, and it will cover engineering review, job approvals, and commissions. Take care and have a great day, everyone, and potentially have a good day off tomorrow.
Take care, everybody. Have a good one.